New guidelines to tell you about this morning for kids and swim lessons. Tess Raffles is in Mesa right now with more on new recommendations about how early little ones should learn how to swim. Good morning, Tess.
Good morning, Kaylee. That's right. We're here at Aqua Tots in Mesa. Now, in recent years, the Academy of Pediatrics has actually recommended that kids start swim lessons maybe at about the age of 3 or 4. That has now changed to 1 year old. So take a look at some of the kids here. We've got kids as young as 6 months old actually in the pool here taking swimming lessons all the way up to 3 or 4 towards the back. And we want to bring in Paul Preston this morning to talk a little bit about these changes and your thoughts on this. You guys start kids at a young age, so pretty happy with this new recommendation.
Well, you bet. Yeah, this is our 20th year in business, and we've been teaching kids at 6 months old for that whole time. So one of our mottos here at Aqua Tots is we're going to teach safety first, and we're just going to have fun every second. You can see that with some of these kids that even at 6 months, we go all the way up to swim team, swim club, but we start them at 6 months old, and we want them safely floating, some safety skills like being able to get out of the pool safely, and once they can float on their backs, and they can roll over and start to swim. And just like the American Association of Pediatrics has said, swimming is the best way to prevent drowning. So that's been our goal, and we continue that, and we've been doing it for almost 20 years now.
And some experts have said before that it's not really until 3 or 4 years old that a child can have the motor skills, the proper skills to be able to learn to swim. And like you said, that's not the goal of an early class. It's really to be able to float and yell for help.
Exactly, yeah. If we can get them to float on their back, and you'll see some of those skills being taught right here. But we actually see kids as young as 2, 2.5 who've been in the program who they float. They learn how to hold their breath and have breath control and buoyancy, so they're floating in the water. Once they can do that, literally at 2, 2.5, you'll see them roll over onto their stomachs and actually propel themselves across the pool and then get out safely.
And in your findings and your experiences from the parents who have taken your classes, what have you found when a child does learn these skills as early as a year old compared to later on in life?
Well, we see a lot of kids when they come into our program at 3, 4, 5, 6 years old and they don't know how to swim. They've got this irrational fear built up. And so when you see kids coming in the program at 6, 8, 10, 12 months, 18 months old, they haven't developed that fear of the water. So the water becomes their friend and fun, but also when they get to 2.5 and 3, they're getting that fear, but they know how to overcome it with swimming.
I imagine sometimes the parents may have more fear than the child themselves.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of parents out there who can't swim as well, so they've got an irrational fear of the water. And so we see tons of parents coming into the program who are putting their kids, because they're afraid of the water, and they don't want their kids to be in that same light.
All right. The parents should learn how to swim too, I guess, then, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.